Right. Good morning to all of you. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Very good. Okay. Oh no, not a hand raise, a thumbs up. Okay. Great. Okay. So currently there are 85, and I think the class size is still increasing. And you know me already. I just kickstart right from the beginning. So let's just go on. Last week, last week these were the things that we touched on. I'll just go through the summary quickly before we move on to what we intend for today. So let's just look at the summary quickly. And then I remember giving you some, there are some labs down there that I asked that you take your time to go through. We'll look at just one or two before we move on to today's content. Right. So, so last week we actually started looking at problem solving, right? And when I problem solving, let me just go to the top briefly. Right. So these were the objectives for last week. We first started by explaining the problem solving process that is used in creating a computer program, right? And then we looked at how to analyze a problem in order for you to understand it, so that you can proceed to find solution for it. Then we looked at how to represent our solution in the form of input, process, the output, which we call the IPO chart. Then we looked at how to plan an algorithm using a pseudocode. And we said pseudocode simply stands for false code, which means it's not the actual programming language code, but using English words and sentences to explain the various processes, right? And then also we also look at what flowchart is and the specific diagrams that or the specific, figures or shapes that we use to represent the flowchart. And then we talked about DEX checking an algorithm and then DEX checking a program. There were two very important things that we looked at under DEX checking. So these were the objectives. In summary, and I'm going down to the summary, this was what we finally summarized on. We said that problem solving typically involves analyzing the problem and then planning. Then you review, implement, evaluate, and then you modify it if necessary, the solution that you come up with. So you realize that in problem solving, the various steps guys, hold on for me a second. Let me pick this call. Okay, guys, so sorry for that. Now, so we have, right, so it involves, first of all, you analyze the problem. After you've understood the problem, then you can now come up with a plan to solve the problem. Now, it's always very important for you to review your plan, because if you come up with a plan for the first time and you don't review it, there is a problem that your plan might not be the optimal plan to solve that problem. So it's important After analyzing the problem and coming up with a plan, you now review your plan before you move on to implementing your plan. Okay. So after implementation, you can now boldly go on and evaluate what you have implemented. And after evaluation, if there is any modification, you go on and include those modifications. In other words, if you evaluate it and you realize that it hasn't completely covered all the solutions, you can go on and then modify it to do that. Now, we also said programmers use certain tools, and these are the 3 tools that we talked about to help them to analyze the problem and develop their specific algorithms, right? We made mention of the input-output chart, a pseudocode, and flowchart. And the first step in problem solving is to analyze the problem, as you have seen in the first stage here, to analyze the problem. And how do you go about it? You first determine the output that is required. They're giving you a problem, and you have to understand what they want. Someone says, do this for me. I have a problem. Now, the question you ask, what do you want? Basically, I know this is what you're telling me, but what do you want at the end of it? So you have to first determine the output. And then when you know the output, then you can determine what you should put inside to get what you should, the output that you want. In other words, you come home and your spouse says that, I am hungry, I want to eat. And that's a problem that needs to be solved. Right. So that problem that needs to be solved, the question you ask, you want to know the output. What do you want to eat? Based on what the person wants to eat, which is the output, then you know the specific ingredients and the process for it to use and getting the output that is required. So the first stage, as we've identified, is to analyze the problem by determining first the output. Then when you know the output, then you know what to input. So this is the first step. And then we said the second step is to plan the algorithm, right? And how do you plan the algorithm? First, you write down the steps that would transform the inputs you've identified based on the output that the person wants, okay, into the output the person wants. So the steps you write are going to convert or transform your inputs to the specific output that is required. And most algorithms begin with entering input data, then processing the data, and then displaying the output, as we have seen already, right? Now, and the third step, as we identified, is to dex check the algorithm. Now, this is not the program itself. Don't forget, the implementation is important. So before you actually move on to do the actual programming of the code, first you have to make sure that you next check the specific algorithms that you've identified that will transform the input into the specific output that you're looking for. Now, so how do you do that? You choose sample data, and then you manually compute the expected output using the algorithm that you've come up with. The next thing is you create a dex check table to fill out in values step by step, as we did last week. Right, so this is the summary of what we did last week, okay? But today, and after that, there were some labs that I asked you to look at. Since this was a lab, this is a session lab, I said you should look at these specific labs, right? And this was the first one. There are 2 of 1, right? And then you have 2 of 2. And then you have 2 of 3. These were the, I think, 4, and then up to 6, right? They were up to 6. Okay. So now we're just going to look at one of them, and then we would proceed to look at the solution for that. Okay. And then I would find out from you what you did. Those of you that but what I asked you to go and do when you went through, what were the issues you had, and then we'll solve them based on the subsequent labs that are there. Okay, now this problem says that study the IPO chart below in this figure, and then answer the questions that follow. The questions, right, that follow. Now, so this is the question. This is the IPO down here. There is quantity sold, there is an item cost, and there is an item selling price. Interesting. So there is an item cost, which is the actual cost of the item, and there's a selling price of the item. There's a quantity that are sold, right? And this is the input. As you can see, this is the input. And then you have the process, but let's look at the output. The output is what? Profit, which is what should be printed either on the screen or into using a printer for as an output, right? Now, these are the processes. First, price and cost difference. It means you find the difference between the price of the item and then the cost of the item itself. That will give you the difference, right? And then the algorithm that are used are first enter the quantity sold, the item cost, and then the item selling price. The next is to calculate the price and the cost difference by subtracting the item cost from the item selling price. The next thing to do is to calculate the profit by multiplying the price and the cost difference by the quantity sold. And now you display the profit. That's going to be your profit. So it's a very simple thing, right? So you can clearly see that these are the things that but you remember the intermediate variables that we talked about, right? When you go through this, you can clearly see some few things, right? You can see that the first one says enter these variables, right? These values. But the second says calculate the price and the cost difference. So the price and the cost difference, right? Right. It's you have to, when you calculate it, you have to put that value in a holding place, a variable. So you can see that we have that over here, price and cost difference. So this is more or less like a holding that would a memory location that is going to hold the value, the difference. And then the next thing is calculate the profit by multiplying the price and cost difference by the quantity sold. So what is going to happen is that here you're also going to create a different holding place that is going to hold these mathematical operations, the multiplication of the price difference by the quantity sold. And that is where you have the profit, which is going to hold that value. So these things are all going to be variables at some point, and we'll talk about what they actually mean. All right. So this is our understanding. So we've studied this IPO chart. Now let's move on. The question says, complete the DEX check table using two sets of input values. First, use 100, 5, and 8 as the quantity sold, which is 100, the item cost, which is 5, and then the selling price, which is 8, respectively. Then you use 650, 2.5, and 3.75. What will the algorithm display using the first set of input values? What will the algorithm display using the second set of input values? How would you modify the IPO chart to also display the difference between the item cost and then the selling price? And how will you modify the IPO chart and the and DEX check table to eliminate the use of processing items? To eliminate the use of processing items. Okay. Right. To eliminate the use of processing items. Okay. Now, let me make this big again. All right. So it's a very simple thing. There is Nathaniel's hand is up. Nathaniel, let me allow you to speak by keep your hand up. I can see your hand again. Nathaniel? Okay. Nathaniel, hand has gone down. Okay, good. So you can clearly see that this is a very simple step. So we are not going to waste too much time here. Let's take the very first one. So 100 quantity, the item cost is 5. We can say $5. And then the selling price is $8. So let's go back to the algorithm. So this is the algorithm. So this is where the input, the quantity is 100, the item cost is 5, and the selling price is $8. It says first processing. So first the difference. So the difference between the costs and the price, as you can see, it's going to be 8 minus 5, which is going to be 3. So it means that the difference between the selling price and the cost price of one item is going to be $3. So the question then goes, enter the quantity. The algorithm says enter the quantity. That's the input. And then calculate the difference. The difference here, when you do it, you see that you get 3. And the 3 is going to be assigned to this variable here called the price and cost difference. The third says calculate the profit by multiplying the price and cost difference by the quantity sold, right? So here you simply take the price and cost difference that you've come up with. At that point, it's going to be, you have 3 multiplied by the quantity, which is 100. So it means that your profit, right, is going to simply be 300, right? Don't mind my handwriting. It's going to be 300, right? So that's going to be the profit. So this is pretty straightforward. Now, the second part of the question, we talked about the second part of the question, which refers to modify. So you'll be able to use this one to do the second one. But it says, how would you modify the IPO chart to display the difference between the item cost and then the item selling price? It's a very simple thing, right? It says, for now, the algorithm is only displaying what? The profit. But if you are to modify this to display both the difference between the cost, the item cost and the selling price, right? The difference between them, it becomes a very simple thing. So it says calculate the difference by multiplying the price and then the cost difference by the quantity sold. And here you type display profit, but you display the display price and cost difference. And then you also include display the profit, right? So in that case, here you display this one, okay, the price and cost difference. And then you also display the profit. So it's a pretty straightforward thing. And then the output, the input output here, you would include price and cost difference. So you can simply name it different if you want. So that's going to be part of the item that you're going to get here. So that is how simple this is. And it also goes on to say, how would you modify the IPO chart and the DEX chart table to eliminate the use of processing item? To eliminate the use of processing item. Modifying the IPO chart so that you would eliminate the use of processing item. So let me go up here. So how would you modify this? Here, since the processing items that you're going to use over here is that just the price and the cost difference. So what you do, if you want to eliminate the use of this, it means that, and I want you to think about this closely, very well. You want to eliminate using an intermediary variable here. In that case, it means that your algorithm is going to be shortened a bit. So in that case, your profit, and let me write it P. So here, the first step would be for you to accept the input of the items, the quantity sold, which is 100, the item cost, which is $5, and then the selling price, which is 8, right? And then you move to calculate the price difference, but you won't calculate the price differences with. So step 2, what you will do is that step 2 rather be equal to profit straightforward, P, right? You can say profit equals what? First of all, the difference. Here you won't say calculate the difference, but you say what you do is that profit will be equal to the difference between price and the costs, right? All of it times the quantity times the quantity sold here. So in that case, you would eliminate, how do you call it? You eliminate this third algorithm over here. In that case, when it happens that way, you will not use this intermediary variable here. Okay, you won't use this intermediary variable here. So you shorten the algorithm by doing that. But there is a disadvantage, right? If you do it this way, and the algorithm also requires that you print out the profit, the difference. It means that you have to find a way to compute this all over again. This one, the third point, sorry, the second, which only computes that of the price and creates a variable to hold that value. Okay, so these are the thing. This is how to move around solving this particular one. It's straightforward, but I envisage that you have issues. If anytime you are running it and you have issues, you can always get in touch or note it so that our subsequent meeting will be able to solve. We assist you to go through it. Right now, so I want to find out whether there is any question with regards to this. And those of you that attempted solving this question, what were some of the issues that you had? You can quickly bring them on board and let's solve them before we move to the next item. Right, so Vida Doku, you can go ahead and ask your question. Unmute your mic and ask your question. After Vida, it's going to be Pascal. So Pascal, you hold on. All right, Vida, go on.
Sir, please, when you were calculating for the profit.
Yes.
Yeah, sir, for me, I calculate mine like this, like profit equal to selling price minus cost price times quantity.
Perfect. So that is profit. That's perfect. So you see that when you do it that way, which is brilliant, when you do it that way, what happens is that you eliminate, in that case, the profit. In fact, you take out all of this point here. And what you do is that calculate the profit by multiplying the price and the cost difference. So in that case, you do price minus cost, minus cost into bracket, and then multiply by the quantity. Now, if you don't put it into bracket before multiplying the quantity, you would have issues because you remember board mass.
Yes.
It will multiply the cost by the quantity before subtracting the price from it. So it's important that you keep that in mind, okay? But it's a brilliant approach, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Well done.
So can we mention the outcome or?
You can mention the outcome. What is the outcome?
Okay, so I had 812.5.
For which one? Is it for the second one?
For the second one, but for the third one is 300. For the first one is 300.
First one is 300. Perfect.
Yes, please.
Perfect. Right.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
So the first one is correct. If there is anyone with any other different value, you can let me know. Guys, hold on a second. Let me pick this call. Hello, Prof. Okay, guys. Right. So it's fine. Sorry for that. Now, Annabelle, Pascal.
Yes, sir. Sir, good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, my own, I expanded it rather, but I don't know if it's correct or not.
You did what?
So I expanded the processing, like the steps, the algorithm.
So you had
So
more than 4 steps.
yeah. So
Why did you
I
expand it?
rather so I multiplied the quantity by the item sold.
Okay, so
Then
you can also
then
approach it that way.
yeah, then I did the subtraction later on. I had 300.
So, so you can do, you can actually also approach it that way, but you have to be, once you know maths, it should be okay with you. Um, you can do it this way. Let me take a pen. So profit now equals to the, in that case, you are going to have, it's like you are expanding it. So quantity times the cost, quantity times the cost, you can say cost, right? Minus the same quantity Q again times the selling price, which is, let me say, SP, right? Selling
Yes.
price like this. This is
Yes,
also
sir.
another way that it will also work, right?
Okay.
Right.
Yes, sir.
But you can see that it's more or less like expansion. If you factorize your Q out, you're going to get the same thing. If you remember your math very well, you have your C, the cost. In other words, actually, it's supposed to be selling price first, selling price SP minus your cost, the cost of
Yeah.
that, because yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. So it's the same thing though, but you can
Okay.
expand it. All
Okay,
right,
sir.
don't forget. So it's fine that way. Okay, good. Now, I think that this suffice, and I can see clearly that you guys you can easily handle this very well. So we have to move on to today's content, but I just want to glance through the rest of the slides, sorry, the labs, before we move on to today's content. Today we are going to be a bit technical in our content, so bear with me. Right, so this is what we've done. The next question says create an algorithm for the manager of Jericho Bakery. Right, this is very simple. You should know this by now. The next one says, let's see, there is a hand up. Let's try and then look at this. Right, Kuna, unmute your mic. Kuna. Okay, let's move on. So lab 3, so this one says, okay, so modify. Jericho Bakery has raised the price of its muffins from this to this. So this is more or less like the 2. The one that says you should do this, you should do, and then afterward there is a modification of that particular code. You have to use it to do this. So it's a very simple thing, and I want to find out whether those of you that went through it, you had difficulties. If you do, you can bring it to the fore, and let's try and look at it. Other than that, I should think you're fine. Now there's a fourth one which says what is missing, right? And this one, a local club sells boxes of 3 types of cookies, shortbread, pecan sundaes, and then chocolate mint. The club leader wants a program that displays the percentage that each of the cookie types contributes to the total cookie sales. There's a figure that contains a list of items and instructions that you can use for this lab. Fill in the IPO chart and determine whether any items are missing from the list. Next, put the instructions in the proper order and determine the one or more missing instructions, right? So so that's what you have over here. You would have to arrange it. So, but it's a straightforward if you look at this. As easy as the very first one. And I'm sure once you tried it and you don't have any issues, it means it's fine. Now, so this is also a dex checking, which we did. And this is about debugging. Basically, you're going to debug the process, the IPO chart that you've come up with. Okay, so that was it. First, I want to find out whether there were questions with this. If there were, when you were doing it, you had difficulties, you had certain things that you don't understand, you can bring it to 4 and then we solve it. We looked at it. Other than that, we move on to today's content. Today we have a lot to do because today we are going to learn how to set up the environment, which is very important for the practical sessions you're going to hold. So I don't want to waste too much time on this. All right. Doku, unmute your mic.
Sir, please, you were talking about debugging. How do we do that?
Okay. The term debug, as we saw in the slide, debug simply means removing a bug. Let me just say what a bug is, for example. A bug is simply an error in the code, right? That can cause you not to get your desired output. So when you use the keyword debug, it means that you're removing the bug, that is the error from the code, okay? So to debug, in this sentence example here, it says debug. The algorithm below should calculate and display the average of 3 numbers, but it is not working properly. In this lab, you will find and correct the errors in the program, in the algorithm. So this is, if you look at this closely, this is the particular problem. So what you are supposed to do is simply to remove the error in the problem. So you're removing the bug, which is the error. So we say debug. So how do you debug this simple algorithm, IPO chart you have here? Look at it closely. It says that the algorithm should calculate and display the average of 3 numbers. So you're finding the average of 3 numbers. Does this IPO allow that to work? Let's find out. So you have first number, second number, and third number. The processing that you perform here is you process, you simply find the sum of the 3 numbers. But what is the algorithm? Now, the algorithm, you enter the first number, the second number, and the third number. You calculate the average by summing, by dividing the sum by 3, and then you display the average number. Okay? Enter the first, second, and the third number. Calculate the average by dividing the sum by 3. Display the average number. So here, the processing item, look at it closely. And I want you to pay attention to this one here. Let me underline it. Pen. Let me underline this here. And then I'm going to take you up here. Let me bring this pointer. So we go up, 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 up to the very first one. Right. So here, the processing item that we had here was the price and the cost difference. No, the processing item is what we usually refer to as an item that is not an input necessarily, neither is it an output, but it is actually an input that is created in the processing, in the P part or the processing part, to be used just in the processing part. Okay, so knowing that, let's move down to this, the fifth one. We talked about the debugging, right? So here, it says, check to see whether this displays correctly. Right. So first number, second number, third number. The processing item that you would find over here will be the sum, because you first have to sum the 2. Right. And then the third is how do you call it? Display the average number. But look at it closely, look at the process closely. You can see that we have made mention by we've talked about sum, but there is one step that is skipped. If you look at it closely, you can see that ideally the first thing you are supposed to do, after accepting the input, this is the first, second, and the third number. The next thing you move on to do will be to calculate the sum. Now, when you calculate the sum, it becomes what? the sum becomes a processing item. So it should be sum should be equal to first number, second number plus third number. And then you move on to come to the third point. The third point, before you even come to the display the average number. You come to the third point, I would say now divide the sum by 3. After how do you call it? Dividing it by 3, you can now go ahead and display the average number. So you can clearly see that that particular part has been eliminated here. Okay? If you look at it, you can see it's been eliminated. In other words, you have made it shorter. Now, because clearly it didn't give you, the error here is that, where is the sum? How did you get the sum? And there is nothing that tells you about the sum. How did you get it? Because it says calculate the average by dividing the sum. What is the sum? What constitutes the sum? And that is the error. So it means that there's supposed to be a 2 here, which is number 2, and this will be 3, and then this will be 4 in that regard. So the 2 is supposed to be sum, calculate the sum by adding first number plus second number plus third number. Now be the sum before you move on to this particular side. I hope this is fine. Doku?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Perfect.
it's okay now. Thank you so much.
Okay, right. So let's move on to today's content then. That changes. Right now. So today we're going to look at setting up our environment, right? Let me fix this. Setting up our environment. But there are some things that we would need to do. And like I told you, we're going to learn 2 different programming languages, which is C++ and Java. So I guess you have to really open up your mind so that you'll be able to grasp it. Guys, hold on a second for me. All right, just trying to see whether I can reduce the feed coming in from my area. Okay, so but before we proceed, there are some basic things I would have to study. I might leave this somewhere and then we'll go back and then go and look at. I just want us to look at the objectives, and then after looking at the objectives, we just move to set up the environment and then come back again. So let's see how to do that. Okay. So today's objectives, today we're going to look at variables and constants, right? Variables and constants, they are all memory locations. Okay, they are memory locations that hold certain values. But depending on the changeability of the value, we call it variable or we call it constant. Now, what do I mean? Some of you might be lost at this point, but what I simply mean is that now every program that runs on your computer, right, it needs to use certain values to work. Just like you have identified, every problem that needs to be coded will have some set of inputs and some set of outputs. Now, so the inputs that are going to be accepted by the program would need to be held in a particular memory location so that the program can access them and use them to perform the processes in order to get the output. Right. So now, some of these values, right, when you are put in the memory location, their values can change. To those that can change, we call them variables. Now, some of the values would not change in the course of the execution of the problem. So what do I mean? The values that you input into the program, when the program is going through the processes we specified under the P part of the chart, the values would not change. If they won't change, we call them constant. In that case, when we are creating them, we create them as constant. Okay, but if they will change or they can change in the course of the execution of the program, then we call them variables. It means they can vary, variables. Okay, just to make it clear. So now, in this particular chapter or session, we are going to distinguish between variable, name constant, and literal constants. And then we explain how data is stored in memory. Very important. And then we'll select an appropriate name, data type, and initial values for memory location. And then after, we'll look at how to declare a memory location in C++, right? So these are the things that we are going to do. It's going to be fun, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to first take you through how to set up the environment. So let's do that. So I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to go to Sakai. And I'll log in to Sakai. And then I'll go to your course site, which is 104, the lesson 2. Now, when you scroll down, you would see your lecture materials. Now, you can click on it. When you click on it, you see that you have 3 folders. Now, the first folder is the DVC++ and compiler. Excuse me. And compiler. Dev C++ compiler. Now, double click that to open. And I want you to download just the Mingui for now. The Mingui-get setup and keep it. It's not that big, right? Just download it. Now, but don't download the Dev C++ because I want to introduce you to a different programming IDE. Okay, so there is a hand up. Eric, you can unmute your mic.
Say, what of us that courses are not reflecting us? How do we download it?
As for that one, it's beyond me. I can't add you to them. You remember I told you this last week. For such things, you have to get in touch with academic affairs, and they are those that will be able to solve it for you. And again, if you have paid your fees ahead of time, this shouldn't be a problem. But if it's a problem now, still get in touch with academic affairs. They would get your payment details, and then they will have it sorted out for you. Okay, so you get in touch with academic affairs in that regard. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Ima.
Please, I think the file it's a .exe file. That means that it's for Windows. How about those of us who are on a Mac?
Yes. So for Mac, very good. There is a Mac version. Just go to type Mingui download, right? You go to Mingui download, and then you go to use a SourceForge one, or you can actually go straight to Mingui itself, straightforward. Right. So in the, let me check and be sure here. To those of you that are using Mac, in order for me not to take too long a time, right. We use SourceForge straightforward. Mingui for Mingui Mac. Right. Right. There you go. We have the Mac ports. Right. Okay. So to those of you that are using Mac, I think I would have you hold on. Okay. You're not. We are going to. You hold on for now. For that of we are going to download 2 different IDs. Howbeit, you still have to download all those IDs and then work with it. But I would get the series of steps that you need to use in order for you to get access to this one later. Okay, we'll do that later. So I think I shared some video link in your files some time back. I'm not sure whether you've seen it. I think no, then that's not this year's group. That should be the previous academic year's group. I'll get those directions and I'll share the link with you. Okay. Those link contains the various steps that you have to use to follow through. But for now, let me focus on the majority that are using Windows. Okay, right. So that we'll not spend too much time here. So you hold that thought. Samuel Apia, unmute your mic and ask your question. And after that, Bright.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Good
Actually,
morning,
my
Bright.
network dropped when you said you were going to Sakai to show us what my network dropped, so I didn't hear that part.
Oh, that's fine. Just going to the course site and going to the course materials. Okay, Bright.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning, Bright.
Please, about my colleague that was complaining that his courses are not reflecting on Sakai. A while ago, mine was not also showing. So I think he should go to view all my sites on Sakai,
Okay.
and I think he will find it there, because that's where I
Okay.
went to find your course.
Okay, but I think I made this thing quite clear the last time that if your courses are not showing, just click on all sites and pin it.
Yes,
It's a
you
very
should do
simple
that,
thing.
yes.
Just pin it, right? It's when your course is not showing here, you go to all sites. If the course is there, there's a pin that attaches beside it. Just click on the pin, and then it will pin it for you. Okay, or you can unpin it as such. So make sure that you go there for all the courses you're doing this semester. Pin all of them. Pin all those that you're doing this semester, so that they will be obviously stuck here. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now, the one who said she didn't hear me when you went to on Sakai, I said just go to Sakai, go to your DCIT 104 course site, go to lessons, go to after clicking on lessons, come into the main part of the lesson tools, and then you see lecture materials. Just click on the DCIT 104 resources. It will open this for you, and then you double click there'll be 3 folders. Double click the dev C++ compiler and then download the Mingui setup here. You can actually also search for the Mingui setup right online, straightforward, and get it. Okay, so after getting it, the next thing you do is to move on to now install it. When you download it, you're going to have it somewhere. I think, where did I have this Mingui? Okay, let me just look for it here. Right, Mingui. There you go. When you download it, for now, when I downloaded it, went into a folder. When you download it, click on it and go to install. I've installed it already, so it will caution me, but I'll go on nonetheless. You continue and click on continue, right? Then it will open the installation manager for you, the Mingui installation manager for you. Okay. Now, when it opens, you see all packages, which are packages that you would need to install. The specific packages that you need to install are here. Let me go back here. Okay, settings. I think I already have all this already. Okay. Now, let me put this link. I want to put a specific link over there that you can use to do the, right. I'm going to give you this link here. Let me add it to your Sakai page right now. Okay, so that you can click on it. I think it's better and faster in that regard for you to use. So I'm going to add an item here. Add a text. Source. Code tag href. Installing Mingui. Mingui.exe files. Right. How to install Mingui files. Right. Okay. Right. So let's leave it like this. Oh boy. There you go. Okay. Okay, there you go. So you should see this link over there when you go to your Sakai page. And you can click on the link and it will open the video for you to watch through to do the installation. And usually this class, right, when it comes to setting up environment, it takes time. So what I'm going to do is that I will include this today's video has been recorded. I will include it as part of the things that you would need to use so that you use it to set up your environment. But I will just basically walk you through the things that you would require and then how to set it up. But some of the videos that has to do with installing some other files, critical files like the MinGui that we are going to use to compile your C++ files or codes, right? That one, I've included a video here so that you use that one to download that. So the first thing that you're going to install is the MinGui files. Okay. So you can look at the video later and then download and install it. Now, let's move on to what needs to be done. Okay. Kwabena Boahin.
Sir, please, with the setup, you're moving fast. That's why I raised up my hands so that you can. But since you have included the yes, sir.
So I've included the video. You can look at the video to download the file. So
all right, sir.
The specific, okay, let me just open the specific packages that you need to install here and point them out very much from here. It's important so that you know exactly which packages you're to download. I want to make sure you know the. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay. So this is the MinGui source. The link to that particular file, but I've already downloaded it for you. So let me just. I want you to know the exact packages that you have to download. Okay. Um, worry about this one. As for this, you might not even have to do a lot of the things that are here. But you have the whole week. It would be nice for you to take your time and then go through them. Okay. This one does not really do all the things I need very well. So what I'm going to do is, let me indicate them here for you. So you see all packages, right? Now, when you download it and then you hit enter, right? You see you have the base systems. Okay. There are very basic ones that you need to. My station is not okay. Very good. So you come to the basic setups, right? Now, these are the packages that I want you to install. These are the only three. The packages that I want you to click on to install. Now, when you begin to click on this, when you click on these options to download, okay, you will see that they are, I think so far they are 7. But when you click on them to download, there are some dependencies that will also be downloaded and added at the same time. Hold on a second for me. Hello, Shepard. Professor Osu is online, and there is only one student in the class. Check how many of you are offering that elective? Okay, so it's less than 10. Okay, but you can hop it into the class and see what's happening. Okay, all right, bye. Okay, now so note these packages now. When you do the installation, when you double click on the main GUI to open, it will open a view like this. Then you click on basic setup, right? You click on the basic setup. When you click on the basic setup, you can see it would populate with some packages for you. Okay. Now, when those packages come, these are the things I want you to check. We have the developer kit, the base, the GCC other. Well, then you have the GCC plus, and then you have the GC object, right? And if you look at it, there are, in fact, the only thing that is very important here among all of them, right, is this one here. In fact, the GC, this one, the Mingui GCC G++. If you get that one, right, if you get this one, and then you include the Mingui developer toolkit, you are fine. Okay, so these are the most important one. This one here and the developer toolkit. These are the only ones. They are very important. If these are the only two you see, just check their boxes and then go on to click on install, and it will install them for you, and that'll be fine. So after that installation, answer is still up. Kwabena, your hand is still up. Okay, Eli Claim.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I wanted to ask if I had CodeBlocks IDE, and CodeBlocks already has MinGW already pre-installed when you download it. Do I still need to download the MinGW separately?
No, that's fine. If you already have that, you can use your CodeBlocks to do that. Okay. To those of you that already have other IDEs for that, and you can use it for C++, fine. Especially if you're using Mac and you already have specific IDs for it that you've installed already, then do not give yourself headache. Just settle with those ones. Okay, right. The next person is Joshua. Joshua.
Hello, sir.
Joshua, go on.
Yes, sir. Please, I tried to install the Midway 32 GC++. They said I cannot install it because the package has not been installed.
I'm not getting you. So you've tried, and it's saying that. Can you share your screen with me?
No, I'm using a different laptop for that. When I click on the yes, please. When I click on the developer tool, and then I go down to install file, they said an MSYS installation for, okay, see, it cannot be installed. The list of installed files is not available for packages which have not been installed.
Okay, so let me get this. Is there anyone who can share the screen with me right now? Let me use it as an example to illustrate to the class. Anyone? Vida, you're online. Okay. So I am going to allow Vida to share her screen. So Vida, I'm making you, let me see, Vida, keep your hand up for me. Okay, Vida, I'm going to allow you the chance to share your screen with me. So I'm making you a presenter. Share your screen.
So I think you select a different person instead of Vida.
Oh boy. Where is Vida? There you go. All right, Vida. All right, you can go ahead and share your screen. Okay.
I see. It's
Have you done that?
yes, please.
Well, we can see your screen.
My screen.
All right. Okay, good. Okay. So we can see your screen now. Right, good. Now, click on the basic package, right? Let me see. The basic setup.
Okay,
click on the basic setup. Right, very good. Now, you can see that when you click on the basic setup, under the packages, you can see GC, right, good.
This one.
Yes. I think you've no package selected. So click on that checkbox for me. First of all, click on the first one. Okay, check this first one for me, the first one which says developer 2.
Okay, this one.
Check it, yes. Mark for installation.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's picked. So hold on, the machine is a bit slow. Okay, now move on to, okay, so clearly you've marked, you can see that you've marked those one that are for installation. As you can see, you marked the base and all that. I think these were for me, I installed all of them, but this one is very important, which is the Mingui GCC G++. That one.
Yes, this
very
one.
Important. Very important. As for the GCC Fortran, that's not important and all that, right? So what you've done here, can you expand the window? Let me see it well.
All right, sir.
Right. Okay. So very good. Now, at the bottom right corner, do you see install? Bottom. Okay. Now, no. Go back.
Hey.
Hello, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Yeah, I faced that issue yesterday. There's no install button. So you have to click close, and then there'll be a pop-up to apply the installations before.
Okay. think it's changed now. So go back. Open the window. Don't stop sharing.
Okay.
Open the Mingui setup. It should be on your tax bar. It's on your tax bar. Look at it closely. That one.
Yeah.
Right. So now down there you see installed files. Click on it. Let me check something for. No, dependency. You see installed files. Click on it. Let me see. Okay. So currently no this thing. That now click on all packages. Let me see. Down. Yeah. The left side.
All package. Yeah.
Yes. Click on it. Let me see. All right. So these are the only things. Now, click on installation at the top. That's installation. Right. So now apply changes. Click on apply changes. Right. And click on apply. Okay. So now this will now go ahead and then connect and then do your downloading for you. I hope you're all following.
Yes. Sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is a compiler. Like you remember we talked about the different programming languages that exist, and we talked about the history from the machine code to all the way to this current high-level program languages that we use. Now, because C++ again in the final end would have to convert the code that you write to zeros and ones, there need to be a program that will do that conversion of your code to the zeros and ones for your program to work with. Now, the Mingui GCC plus G++ is that particular program that will convert the C++ English-like words that you use into the zeros and ones for the program for your computer to be able to execute. So what we are installing right now includes that particular application, right? But that particular application doesn't have a graphical user interface. So what we are going to do is, after doing the installation, we are going to install a graphical user interface for that. We are going to use Eclipse for that of the C++. So after this, we'll move on to do the installation for Eclipse. Okay, so it might take some time, first of all, depending on your internet. Vida, I hope that you bundle enough data.
Yes, please.
Okay, right. That's fine. All right, so Kuna, your hand is up. Let me allow Kuna to answer, to talk. Kuna. Kuna, you've unmuted. You can now talk. Okay, Kuna can't talk right now. He's unmuted, all right, but we can't hear a thing. So we'll let okay, Kuna, you can talk now.
Come on. Wait. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, so I was saying, so otherwise you were saying the one we have to install, that's the compiler, right?
That's the compiler, yes.
And also, you were showing it to us on YouTube. If we follow the same steps on YouTube, will we all get at the same place? What you are showing here?
Yes. If you follow through on YouTube in that manner, it's also another approach, but it will lead you to doing to installing the Mingui, all right. But I would advise you, hold on, I would advise you to do the installation as I've indicated here. It's simple because I've already given you the Mingui.exe file. Download it from where you have and then just follow through what we are doing here. Besides, I'm going to share this particular video with you so you can easily access it and follow through it. Is that fine?
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. Now, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, Adeblo.
Hello, sir.
Go on.
Sir, what if you end up installing everything there? Yesterday I tried this thing and I ended up installing like everything there. So it's like I have everything installed already. So I want to know if there's a problem if you install everything.
No, that's fine. It's also fine.
Okay,
You can install everything. That's fine too. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. But just that the problem is you use more space than you would ordinarily have because you don't need all of them anyway. But that's fine too. But you
So
can also go back and remove some of those packages if you want to. You can mark them for removal, but you don't worry your head. Okay.
Okay, I try. So will you recommend that I remove any? Because I tried that option. I see mark for removal.
Yeah. So don't worry your head unless you have a problem with space. Do you have a problem with space?
No, sir, not now.
So you don't worry. Don't worry. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You don't complicate your life. Unless there's an issue. Okay. So Charles. We see. Charles Boidu.
Yes, please. Yes, please. I mean, I had a little problem with my network, and I got stuck at where you said we should select. I have selected the ones. I mean, the basic setup. I have selected the ones you said we should select, but I don't really know how to download it or install it. So
Okay.
I mean, I'll go back there.
Okay, good. Now you can see installation right at the top left corner of that window. Installation.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So click on it, and then you see, and then mention the options that are there.
Update catalog, mark or update, upgrade, apply changes. And
apply changes. Click on apply changes.
Okay, please. Yes. And another pop-up has showed up. Apply, defer, or discard.
Apply.
Okay, please, it's working. Thank you.
All right. Kindly mute your mic for me. Joshua. Ichi. Joshua Tachi. You can unmute your mic.
All right, sir. So please, I wanted to ask, countries like China and Russia, when coding, which language did they use? Do they use their own language, or is it the case that
hold on a second, let me
English
pop.
is the only language?
Okay, so that's a question. I don't know. Maybe because you've seen that they are basically ahead and very good with programming and all that. So it's a valid question to ask, especially for coding enthusiasts, because you can see that they are very good. Being able to code autonomous rocket systems, autonomous bombs and warheads and all that. So it's a valid question. Well, yes. So as for programming, yes, I always say that it depends on, first of all, your level of programming, right? If you can code, there are some IDEs that are not friendly at all. Okay, coding in command prompts. Those that are very extremely good in coding, they don't use IDEs like this. The IDEs are barely they are barely friendly, like what you're seeing. they have just the basic executables, right? The compilers that they need to be able to run certain codes. And then because they know the program code, the codes by heart, they know the constructs by heart, they just go to the prompt, command prompt, and write the code and target a specific, how do you call it, executable compiler that will compile the code and do the execution for them. But there are people in China that use, what I can say, Eclipse, NetBeans, Dev++, or some that use code blocks, and so on and so forth, right? They use those programming languages, those IDEs to code. The same thing applies to people in in Russia. Our previous HOD, Professor Kachuku, he's schooled in Russia, and nothing from his side shows that the specific IDs that they were using were different from what we have been using. I mean, the IDs are all similar, but again, I'm saying that depending on your level of coding, you can actually code straight from the command prompt. In fact, previous classes that I've had with this one, C++, if you can ask your predecessors, those that came before you, just a year interval, we coded using the command prompt. That was what we did. All we have to do, make sure that we target the compiler, and then we code using the command prompt. Because I just wanted them to have a feel of how you can actually code without this without this fanciful graphical user interface. Some of them really had fun, but some of them were, in fact, a lot of them were having difficulties with that environment. So this particular time, I decided that no, I have to change. That's why I'm moving towards the IDE environment. When you are now comfortable with the IDE environment and you understand how you are able to write code, call upon the right compiler to do the execution for you, and so on, it becomes easier. You moving now back to the command prompt environment. Okay. Yes. So these IDEs are all used. I hope this answers your question. And because of time, while this is downloading, right, let's move on to the next thing that we have to do here. Okay, now.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so when it finished downloading, right, I'm going to show you something. Guys, are you able to see my screen, or you are looking at? Are you looking at a screen through my screen? I think
no, we are seeing by the screen.
Only by the
we
screen.
Are seeing by
all
the
right.
Screen. Yes.
Okay,
Please.
perfect. So Vida, if you can stop sharing for me now,
right.
when it completes, okay? Then
Okay.
when it completes, then you can alert me, okay?
All right, sir.
And I'll show you the next thing to do. All right. So I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, good. Now, right. So let's now move to the next thing to do. Now I'm going back to the Sakai platform that I logged in. Vida, anytime it's finished, just unmute your mic and let me know. Okay. Okay, good.
All right, sir.
Now. Okay. So now when you log in your Sakai and you go to resources, you can see that let me close this. Open too much of this. Right. You can see that the things you have over there are 3 folders. You also have the IDE environment, IDE installation guide, right? When you double click, you see that there is a Java software requirement, and I have practice. There's a folder called practice folder, right? First, double click on the Java software requirement, and it will open this folder for you, right? This is part of the files that you would have access to on the Oracle environment I've added you. So in here, right, you'll see, just scroll down, you see software download and installation guide. Software download and installation guide. For now, I want you can see that you have the Eclipse IDE for Java developer, and then you have the NetBeans IDE for Java developer. So click on the Eclipse. When you finish downloading this, you can also, download first the Java JDK, this one. Okay. So double click, just click on it, not double click. So you click on it quietly. And then when you click on it, it would open the Java, the Oracle page for you. And when it opens like this, just scroll down. Now, and this is where those of you that are using Mac, make sure you also follow this. You see that you have the Java Standard Edition Development Kit 24.0.1 download. Right. So if you're using Windows, you can see by default it's on the Linux. If you're using Mac OS, click on the Mac OS, right? And then choose a DGM installer, the last one here, the DMG, sorry, installer, the last one here. And come and choose this particular link. And this is for those using Mac OS, okay? Right. Click on this and it should appear. Now, to those of you using Windows, click on the Windows tab, and then you see the MSI installer. The MSI installer is right here. You can click on this and do the installation. It's easier. Or you can also use a second one, but I prefer the last one. Whichever one you use, it will work perfectly, right? But don't use a compressed archive. Don't use that one. Okay, so click on it. So when you click on it, it should start the download for you. Okay, simply click on save as and choose the location where you want to save it. Maybe in your downloads, right? And then do that. So this is for the Java SDK, right? The Java JDK. Now, JDK simply stands for Java Development Kit. Okay, Java Development Kit. Okay, good. Now, after that, when it downloads, right, which you can clearly see that I have downloaded already. It's that is it. Right. Let me open the folder. Right. I've already downloaded it here. Okay. So let me answer your questions for now, and then I'll come back here. There's some hands up. Let's see. Bright, you can unmute your mic.
Yes, sir. Please, the JDK file. Please, which one did you say we should download? Is it the
which operating system?
Windows.
Right. So use the MSI installer.
MSI installer. All right, sir. Thank you.
So that the link to that one. Right.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Right. So hey. Right. So after that, all right, it's part. It's all part. Now after that, you would simply click on it for it to do the installation for you. So that one, the installation process is straightforward. Just double click on it. When it opens, for me, it says I've already installed it. I don't need to reinstall it. So when you click on it, the installation process is actually straightforward. Just if you have to agree to something, click on agree and click next until the installation finishes. Okay, so that's how straightforward this one is. Okay, then when you finish with this one, the next thing you do is you go back to the same file and you move on to the next item here. So you are downloading these 3 items, the last 3 bottom items. Don't worry yourself about the first two here. Move on to the Eclipse IDE for Java. Okay. Click on the link here. Okay. Now, when you click on the link, you can see that what we want to do is not for Java. We are not going to download it for Java. Your Eclipse, you're going to use it for C++. I want you to keep that in mind. You're going to use Eclipse for C++ coding, and you're going to use NetBeans for your Java. There are two different IDEs, and an IDE simply means Integrated Development Environment. That is exactly where you're going to write the codes in. All right, so now I want you to, when you click on the Eclipse IDE environment, it opens this tab. Quickly scroll down to Eclipse for C++ developer, right? Right. So this one is clear, both for how do you call it, Mac OS and also for Windows, right? So for Windows, just click on the X8 46. Do not click on this one. Okay, don't click on the archive. For Windows, choose the x86-4064. Click on it to download. For Mac OS, do same here. Okay, so when you click on this, again, note that you're using Eclipse IDE for C++. So click on this. Joshua, yes.
Please, what if you have Eclipse on your machine already?
If you have Eclipse already, it's fine. I'll come to that. Okay. So if you already have Eclipse, that's fine. To those of you that have Eclipse. Okay, Joshua, you can unmute and yes.
My network mess up. Where you went before getting to this area, it escaped me, please.
Okay. Okay. So this is the file in your Sakai resource folder. You come and click this link over here, which is for Eclipse. It will open the Eclipse page, this very page. And then you scroll down to you see Eclipse for C++ developers, right? Right. And then you can choose, yes, you can choose the particular IDE very well to download it, right? So
Windows, okay.
All right. Okay. Now, so when you click on this, it will download, it will bring you here, a link where you should do the download. This for Windows, right? You can see that our closest neighbor it will be downloading it from South Africa, Open Service, Serve, and that's the link. So just click on the download here. Click on the download here. This is the file. I click on this download, and when you click on it, it will open here, and it will download it for you, for you here, right? So it was downloaded, and that is what I have here. Show you. Right, so it will download Eclipse C++ 2025-06R this. Okay, so download it that way. Okay. Now, so I'm sure most of you are in the process of doing that download. Okay, that's fine. The next thing you do is go back to the same file again. Let the download go on. Allow it to download. Come to the same file, and then you see NetBeans. NetBeans IDE, right? And there is a link over here. Click on the link for it to open. It will open to Apache NetBeans. All right, so I think, go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yes, hello.
Please, with my Eclipse, with my own is showing Eclipse-CPP.25.
Yes, that's correct. It's the same thing that I showed you. When it downloads Eclipse CPP 2506, 2025-06, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. Okay. All right.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And Felix,
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, please. I'm a bit lost. But when I go to my Sakai resource, I don't see the links that when you click on takes you to the Eclipse and I don't see it.
Abrante, you're way behind. When you go to Sakai, you go to your lesson 2. You should see there. Sakai, the very core site, which is DCIT 104, expanded. You should see lesson. So when you click on lesson, you scroll down, you should see lecture materials, and this is where all those resources are. Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. So when you click on it, it will open this resource folder for you, where you have these 3 folders.
Yes, please.
Then you go into the ID installation and practice. Not yet the practice, the ID installation. Then you see the Java software requirement.
Yes,
double click on it, and that opens this file for you. Is that fine?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, now let's move on. So those of you that are on the Apache now, right? So kindly mute your mics for me. Now here, what you want you to download is a 26, the Apache NetBeans 26. So you can either use this particular download right here, or you can use this particular green download here. Click on it. And when you click on it, it would take you to the next page where you then have to specify the particular installation that you want to pick, right? So let's scroll down here. Okay, so here you have the Apache NetBeans. This was released May 19, 2025. So this is a binary, but this is the source. NetBeans. So this is a file. I want you to come to the installers and package rather right here. Okay, and then you see here that you have the Friends of Apache NetBeans, and then you have the Linux package. So here, the Friends of Apache NetBeans, you have the Windows, the Mac, and then these versions here. I want you to click on the Friends of Apache NetBeans rather. Click on this link here. And then when you click on it, it will open this page for you, where you have for Mac, and then you have for Apache 2 here, so for Windows. So for Mac, you have and it comes with a JDK, so you don't have to worry yourself downloading a separate JDK already. But you've already downloaded them, that's fine. So you click on Windows, click on this link, and it will start a download for you. If Mac, I would like you to use the second option, this option here, which is the 8664, x8664. Click on it to download it. Okay, then it will download it nicely for you. Boahin, your hand is still up.
So with the Apache, we supposed to download the x86-64.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. I'm sure we are on the same page now, right? Okay, this is good. This is good. Right, good. Now, so you should have 4 things been downloading. By now, I'm sure they should not have finished downloading already. And your GCC2 should also be available and ready. Okay, so I think we can now go on with the installation. Okay. The last thing that we're downloading was I think we finished the JDK. You should have finished downloading installing the JDK. If you've not done the installation yet, go back to the JDK where you installed it, where you downloaded it to. Click on open, and then click on yes to continue with the installation for that one. So that's the first thing that you should do. After that of the Mingui. The next thing you do is to now go to the Eclipse you downloaded, right? You've downloaded here. go to that location, right? Double click on it to do the download for you, to do the installation. When you double click on it, it would, by default, it's actually zipped, right? It's zipped. So what you have to do is you have to extract it. So those of you that don't know how to extract by now, I have to come and knock your heads wherever you are. But if you do know how to do the extraction, that's fine. So you have to either use this zip extractor, or you can use WinRAR extractor. So you just make sure that when you double click on it and it opens with the default extractor, that's fine. So in my case here, I move up once and I see the actual zip file, and then I click on extract to. I just click on extract to and I click the same place. I click on OK, just OK. And this extracts the file to the location that I want it to. Okay. So it extracts it. Perfect. So it extracts it for me. And you can see that it's actually, I extracted in the same location here, right where it is. So when you double click and you open it, you see Eclipse folder. You double click again, you see the Eclipse. You see this Eclipse folder right here. Now, this folder is what you're going to use. So if you've extracted, move it to a location where it's okay for you, right? Where the Eclipse folder itself, this one, the Eclipse, move it to a location where it's good for you. You can move it to your, how do you call it? You can move it to your documents, right? Move it there by moving it like this to your location, like maybe documents. Now that it's in documents, but let me undo this. Right. Yours, you can move it to a location where it's fine. Mine in the download is okay for me. So once you move it here, once you move it there, just go into it. You'll see the Eclipse executable file, right? This Eclipse executable file here. Double click on it to open. Double click on it to open like this. It takes some time to open, but when it opens, it would need something like a workspace where it should now be working from. You would have to specify that workspace for it, so that subsequent ones to use that particular workspace. So let's see how to set that quickly. It takes time. I have already opened it, but I just want you to, I want you to follow through it well. It seemed to be taking longer than I anticipated. Okay. 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 Let's give it a little more time. A little time. Perfect. Now, so it opens and asks you to select a workspace. Okay. You can leave the default workspace where it is, right? Okay, so let's see. Benjamin. Let Pascal speak first. Pascal, go on.
Sir, please, are you sharing your screen? I can't see what you're saying.
I'm sharing. I'm sharing my screen. Check your side well. Okay.
I'm just seeing the gallery, or I should log out and.
I mean,
I think
can
your
log out.
screen is not moving along with your talk. That's why. I think the screen is far behind your.
No, I mean it's the same screen that I'm seeing. I'm sure you those that are seeing. It's maybe the network from your end perhaps. So you have to check that. Maybe it's the network problem. See, some people are seeing it okay. Right. So kindly check from your end. Right. So Benjamin, let me allow Benjamin's mic. Where's Benjamin? Right. Benjamin Darko. Can unmute your mic.
Sir, please, the last one, the net things.
Yes.
Yeah, I dropped off, so I'm up to where I have to download one of them. I don't know which one to download.
Right. So the one that you should download is this one.
It looks like my interface is different here.
Right. So this is what you see. Come to installers and package. You see Friends of Apache. Friends of Apache. Click on that link. It will take you here. If you're using Windows, use this one. If you're using Mac, use this one.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Right. So you select a directory. So this is Eclipse, right? So select a directory as a workspace. So click on this where it is. You can leave the default, and I hope you leave the default so that it will always be your default place to go to. Then I would explain why. If you leave it there, it's safer. Then you click on use this as the default and do not ask again, right? And then click on lunch, right? Click on lunch, not the lunch you eat, right? I'm gonna come across with them, right? Good. So, click on lunch, and it should open it for you. So you can see it will start. Click on starting Eclipse IDE. Okay, taking a while. Charles, you can speak. You can unmute your mic and ask your question.
Yes, please. I think my Eclipse is still loading at the first page, like after running it. So I think
it's taking a while, huh?
Yes, please.
Okay. Maybe give it more RAM. You don't have enough RAM, or do you have enough RAM?
Yes, please.
Are you sure? The machine is also hungry. It needs lunch, but it eats RAM. So you have to give it. Don't worry, you allow it. It might take a while, but it will come.
I think because I'm running a lot of things on it right now. So.
But you're an IT student. You should use fast machine. I remember level 100 some years back. There was this guy who was using Dell. The size of the Dell was bigger than my head. And this Dell was making noise as if it was a sewing machine. Right. And then the interesting thing was that machine was also very powerful. It was Dell, but Dell, very powerful Dell, was like but it was better than ours though. Well, we look slick, but still was bulky nonetheless. But his own, when it starts it and it's working, the speed and the heat that comes out, the whole class is quiet. You can hear his own in the middle of about 100 students, right? But it's fine. Don't worry. It's all part of the learning process. When you get money, you buy yourself an Alienware. It's all fine.
Sir, please, can I? I think it's open now. So I should just click on the launch.
No, check. There's a box that says use this.
Yes.
And do not ask again. Check that box.
Yes,
and
please,
before you click on the launch. Perfect. Okay, so after that, this is what you have. You should have something like this. Okay, it's a nice interface, and there is a lot to learn, and there is a lot of coding that you're going to do here. So get ready for it. So after this, I want to minimize this for now. And now let's go and do the installation for that of the NetBeans. Okay. It sounds like it's food, NetBeans, but it's not beans you can eat. Let's move on to that part. It's an application, really. So we're going to go to that application. Let's go to NetBeans. I'm sure when you installed it, when you downloaded it, it came somewhere here. Good. So that's a NetBeans, not a chewable one. So it's this application. But by then you should, as usual, already have installed of course, the JDK that we talked about. So double click on the NetBeans application. I know some of your applications your desktop your machine is a bit slow, but I want us to finish setting up the environment today. So next week when we come, you can now take your time and then code properly. So I'm going to double click on this one here. The Apache NetBeans 26. Double click on it. And I've already opened it, but it will caution me. Yes. Do you want to allow this app to make changes? Blah, blah, blah. I've already done the installation. So it says with additional tags, select additional tags, create a desktop, blah, blah. So select the additional tags you would like to perform while installing Apache. You would like to create a desktop icon, shortcut, you can go to next. And you can then go to install. Click on install so that you go on. But I've installed it already, so you quickly should go on and do that. Click on install. I've installed it already. So I don't have to do the installation again. Okay, right. So you go on, and in this case, if there is any one of you doing that installation now, and your machine is Swift, you can raise your hand and I'll let you share your screen so that we use that one to continue from there. Okay, so if there is any one of you, if you like to share your screen.
Me.
Vida, hey, to boss, Vida, you're doing it. We already do with Vida, so Vida, go on and share it. All right. It's a ladies first. We have a lady vice chancellor, a lady, the first time lady vice president. And let's give the lady a chance. Okay, perfect. This is your Eclipse. Okay. There's your Eclipse. This one that you've already installed. And this one is you're using it for Java, but we are going to use it for C++, so that's fine. You've downloaded the installer already, right? You've done this already. Go to the download.
Yes, please. I've downloaded that one.
So go to the, yes, click on the full, good.
Please, I can't see by the screen now.
Oh, I think you probably might be the only one not seeing it. Or is there any other person not seeing it? Well, sorry. Is there anyone seeing it? Yes, some people are seeing it. Okay. So check from me. Once someone is seeing it, check from your end. Okay, good. Now, by that, you're moving too fast for them. But don't worry, you've done it already, so it's fine. Okay. So you can see that the installation for the NetBeans is also straightforward, very straightforward, right? You don't need to stress so much. It's just straightforward for you to do. Okay, Enoch entry. Enoch entry, you can unmute your mic.
Okay, sir. I wanted to know if I'm on the right course. The Eclipse I have here has a size of about 150 something megabytes, and then it's still downloading. I don't know whether if that's the correct thing I'm doing.
It's still downloading what?
I mean, the file is still downloading.
Yes,
The Eclipse.
I'm wondering which version you downloaded. Are you using Mac?
No, I'm using Windows.
Oh, that size seemed to be too small for it. It's supposed to be 300. It's supposed to be 300, but the zip file is about 200 and something megabytes. If you look at the size.
So my own is 317, and it can't even load. I don't know why.
Hey, Abrante, then your machine is really starving. Or how can you buy a machine and starve it like that? A Comdino. It needs RAM and processing speed. Right. So the Eclipse, this is the zip file. The size is around like this 387. That's the size. Okay. So if your downloading is 100 something megabyte, it means it's not finished downloading yet. I can see some of you are suffering with data, right? Right. Okay, good. Now, hold on. Let's
Say,
okay. It says an error occurred while trying to copy a file. There is not enough space on your disk. Oh, Vida.
oh,
Vida, your machine, so do this. Just go back. Just don't close anything. Open your folder, any of your folders, right? Delete some file bit that you don't need, and then come and click on try again. Right. Delete some video file perhaps you're no more using. And a video file you don't use, and then yeah, but don't close everything or don't close everything. This one says all changes were applied. So this is fine. Now click on close. Close. Very good. Very good. So it means your download is perfect now. But we'll come back here for something. I will show you something here that you need to do again. So you can now minimize this. Okay. And then go and delete some video file that you have on your computer. Right. Look for a video file that is huge. You want to delete it. And then you can come back. Our time is almost up. So quickly do this for me and let's go. I know time runs very fast. No, you can use your folder icon down there. You just go to your drive C and let me show you something. Yeah. Yes. So perhaps when you go to downloads, even there are some downloads or something you have Jurassic World documentary. Hey. Mami pa videos pa na the Jurassic. What are you doing with it? You have June 2021. Videos pa ni. Delete some of them. You want to delete them like this. You just don't go to, you know where they are. Maybe they are in your document, or they are in your video. So come down to the left side where you have down there, you see documents or videos. So this is where Game of Thrones. Vida, let me listen to your voice while you're doing the deleting, so I can tease you a little. Open your mic. She even doesn't know which one to delete to.
Mortal Kombat. Please delete the Game of Thrones.
Hey,
Delete
brother,
everything.
you can
Delete
enjoy like
everything.
that. You should invest that time in coding, huh? All right. So I think you have enough space now. It's fine. It's fine. So you can take your time and do these ones later. So just minimize this and go back to the application. You can minimize it. Go back. Click on the Eclipse. The net. I think it's net means that you're doing the installation. So go back. It's okay. No, just minimize these windows. Minimize them. Top right corner. Top right corner. Minimize it. Just minimize your window, or just press Windows D. Windows command with the D. Perfect. Now click on try again. Try again. Oh.
I think it's in the recycle bin. She has to delete from recycle.
Ah, right. Go into your
Yeah.
recycle bin on desktop. Yes. Go to your recycle bin, nonetheless. Right. So go back. Just I think the recycle bin is on the top left corner. You have a window open that is covering that. So just click and drag that window to your right side. You might click and drag it to the right side. That's the recycle bin. Right click on the recycle bin. Right click. Hey, you want to even go in there and select, okay. Just empty, yes. Perfect. Now minimize it. Nowadays we don't save videos on our machine, so these are things you can watch and then let go. Don't be holding on to past things. Once you watch it, move on. Right. Fine. So it's now working. Perfect. Good. Now, so that's a lesson to all of you. Vida, can you hear me? Now, she doesn't want us to listen to her voice again because she knows that we know she's been watching a lot of movies. Open it. I want to hear your voice. Now. Vida, on mute.
Please, I'm here. Sorry, it was network.
Hey, it was network, yet we could see your video. Eh? How come we could see your video? Okay, perfect. Now you see how beautiful the Apache NetBeans is. And the videos you have to sacrifice. Which one is better?
This is better.
Very good. There you go. Okay. Right. So for Java, those of you that are finished with installation, which is fine, I want you to maximize the screen. So that maximize the NetBeans screen. Let me show you something quickly. No, not minimize. Oh, I said maximize. Oh. It's down there now. It looks something like a diamond shape. I think pentagon. Is it pentagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Octagon. Right. That's the octagon symbol down there. Right.
That please.
Not this one. That's the octagon symbol on your tax bar.
No way.
It's on your tax bar. Your tax bar, right? The horizontal bar you have at the bottom of your screen. There is an octagon shape. I think that's the last one on the on your tax bar to your right, after the NetBeans symbol. You see it? Why did you see it?
It is.
No, it's on your tax bar. It's clearly on your tax bar. Look on your tax bar. Right? Your tax bar, you see the octagon shape item there.
Oh, see, I can't see anything.
So move right. Move your your this thing to the right.
My cursor to the right side.
But you see, your cursor was on that one. Click on it.
This one?
Yes, click on it.
Okay.
Perfect. So this is it. This is the window. All right, so thank you for sharing this. Let me quickly share my screen so that I'll wrap up here and then let you know what is required. Okay, so yes, you have that is the environment that we're going to use, and I want us to create a very a simple project, Java project right now, and then we'll end it here. Next week when we come, we're just going to start with the constructs, right? Straight with variables, and this next week going is going to be very practical oriented. So make sure that if you haven't set up your environment yet, you do that before we come next week. Right, so when it opens for the first time, you might not see all this, right? But whatever window that you're seeing, that's fine. Just to your left side, you see file. On the top left corner, you see file. Click on it, and then you see new project, right? Click on the new project, and then it will open a folder like this, choose project. Okay, to open choose project. Now, what you want to create is a Java project, right? So for now, there is Java with margin, with Marvin, with Gradle, but I want you to choose the Java with Ant, right? The Java with Ant, okay? So when you click on it, you see Java application, right to your right under projects. So make sure that's what you've clicked on, not the class, the Java application, right? And then click on next. Now, let me go back again to make sure that you're okay. Right. I'm sure you can see what I'm doing. Are they online? Yes. Yeah, they are there. Okay, so let me answer the question before we go on. So, Enoch Entry, your hand is up. Quickly make your submission. Hey, am I online? Okay, then Bright Dadzi.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Bright.
Sir, please, along the line, my network dropped off. So please I upload the video after the lesson so that I can go back to it and do the installations on some of the applications we've downloaded. Hello.
Sir, please, your mic is muted.
Sir, please, you are muted.
Oh, hey, really? I had no idea I'd muted. Okay, so sorry. So Charles, Woody, your hand is up. Do you want to say something?
Yes, please. Your mic was muted, so I couldn't get the application Java side.
Okay. Then let me go back. Let me go back there. I think that's why your hands were up. I'm going to cancel this. So this is what you do. When you open for the first time, you won't see something like this. I think you will just see this is what you see, this bare page. Now go to File. And then when you go to File, you see New Project. Okay, click on New Project. And then it will open the New Project window. Under the New Project window, you can see Java with Marvin, Java with Gradle, Java with Ant. I mean, they are all specific Java flavors. Don't worry much about it, but use the Java with Ant for now, right? Click on the Java with Ant. And you see that on the right side under projects, you see Java application. Just click on Java application. Make sure that one is highlighted. Okay. And then click on next. So it will open the name and location for your application. So what you do is you give the application or the project, you give a name to your project. Let's call this, just write my first Java, right? Just write my first Java. No, just make it my first. No, make it my hello world. My hello world. Something simple like this. Right. So it's your Java project, right? But that's the name you're giving to your project. And now you will see that it says create main class. Okay. Create main class. Click on the checkbox. We'll talk about main class soon. Click on the checkbox beside it. Okay. And then you click on finish. Now, as soon as you do that, you can see that it will open this window here for you, and it has the name of the project that you have, a tab of the name of the project that you created. And then on the left side, you see some projects that are, for now, you will only see one, which is my hello world app, which is fine. And now when you expand the my hello world, you'll see that you have source package. And then within it, you see my hello world. And then you see this file over here, which is what has opened here. This file is what has opened here. Okay, now for I'm not sure you'll be able to see all this. My editor is too small. So I want to increase the font quickly. So don't do what I'm about to do, but I just want to increase the font for the editor quickly. Dift view editor. Okay, editor, just to show editor line. Okay, let's to oh, okay. Let me use the tool window and go to editor. I want to just increase the font for your sake, so just hold on for me. Come on, window. Oh, come on, where are you? Oh, I think they've changed this interface very, very much. They've changed so much about it. Okay, right, good. They've changed so much about the editor. Now, we want to D2 terminal editor. Okay, right. Okay, so because of time, yeah, I wanted us to just write a very simple code. But because of time, and I want this video itself to be short so that you can easily view it to do your own downloads. I'm going to end here. Okay. So next week when we come, we're going to start doing coding. So get ready for it. I think, let me see if you have specific questions. And if you don't, we'll end the class. Vida.
Sir, please, you said the mingwing, you
Yes.
Yeah.
Before you close that, let me quickly end that one for you.
Okay.
So now, The next thing you do, Mingwin, I'm sure you finished the installation.
Yes.
Once you finish the installation, right, what you have to do is you have to add the Mingwin, the compiler, to environment variables, right? So to do that, you have to come in. Let me just check something here briefly. Okay. Okay, good. You have to go to the location of the Mingwin setup files. So go to your drive C. For instance, go to your drive C. I don't know. I don't think you change the location of your files when you're doing the installation. If you didn't, okay, let me use Vida. Vida, share your screen so that I'll use it to do it. Because since you've not done it yet, I think it would be better.
Okay, sir.
Share your screen quickly.
Hello, please. I'm sharing it.
Okay, I can see. Okay, I'm checking. Okay, good. Now, good. So I want you to go to Drive C. Open your folder and go to Drive C.
Okay.
Any of your directories?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you can use the Windows Explorer. Okay.
Please, there's no drive C here.
That's the local. That's the local disk
disk.
C. Yes.
Okay.
Right. Good. Now, you can see Mingwin pop up there. Can you see Mingwin? No, Mingwin.
No.
Main as a
Yeah,
fourth
yes,
file
yes,
folder over
yes.
there. Double
Yes,
click on it to open. Right, and you see bin.
Yes.
You see bin. Double click on
Yes,
the bin
please.
to open.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, so the compiler is here. When you scroll down, right, you can see you have a lot of .exe files, right?
Yes,
They are
please.
all here. So what you want to do is that put the cursor in the URL, the folder path at the top. Can you see where you have the bin? You have this PC. Yeah. So put the cursor in front of the bin. In front. Now click over there. Very good. And then copy this. Do Control-C to copy it. Have you copied?
Yes, please.
Okay, now it is in memory, which is fine. The next thing you do is that you want to add this path to what we call environment variables. So that to the environment variable path, so that any application that want to have access to this will find it easy to access the compiler to, to run, to execute any C++ code. So after copying it, just come to the your search bar. Come to your search bar where you have been doing search on your taskbar.
Yes, please. Let me. Sure.
I think you have a window that is down there that is blocking it, right? So move that window, the Java, click on it and drag it to your right. Click on it, drag it to your right. No, not this one. You can, not this one. That one. No, So click on it, drag it to the middle. I think you've not even completed the, drag it to the middle of your screen.
No, it's
click
not
on the
working.
top. No, click on the top where you have complete. That bar. Click on the bar. No, go back to it. Yeah, click and drag it. Click and hold and drag right there. Hold and drag. Right, very good. Now I think click on close. Click on close this. Close it.
I should
No, not
close
this one.
this.
This one, yes. Perfect. Now, on the search bar, you're going to search for type environment. When you start typing, it will pop up. No, you have to click first. Click ENV. Very good. Now it's okay. Now you can see it has something has pop up. Edit environment variable. So click on it. Right. Good. Now you can see environment variable. Can you see the environment variable? Now.
Yes, please.
Click on the environment variable.
Yes.
Right. Now you can see that it has opened the environment variables.
Yes, please.
We have system variables and we have the user variables for HP, right? Now, you can see path. You see path under the user variables for HP. Path.
Yes.
Okay.
This
Are you the
one.
only one who uses this machine? Hold on. Are you the only one who uses the machine?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now, in that case, use the system variable side. See, under system variable. So you can see there are two parts, user variables and system variables, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Right. So let's use the system variable. You see path, just path.
Yes. Yes.
Double click on it. Good. Now you see it says edit environment. Now click on new. New. To your right.
Okay, yeah.
Now paste whatever you copied it. Control V to paste.
Yes.
Good. Now click on OK. And OK.
Yes.
Perfect. I think that ends it. So this is what I wanted to do. So now you can now go ahead and close the min GUI that you had opened and all that, right? Now, next week when we come, we are starting as if it's pop party. All right, all of you, have a nice day. See you next week.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.